everything about you. Everything about you.
All right, hey everybody, and welcome to Zenfolio Live. I'm Robert with Zenfolio Customer Success, and I want to say thanks for joining us here on the live stream. So today we're going to be talking about selling social media use downloads. If you guys haven't noticed, I'm missing something. This is what happens when you forget to put the guard back on your trimmer in the mornings when you're getting ready for work. So this is the first time since 2011 that I've been without a beard. Hopefully you guys have some good jokes to crack in the chat. I'm sure that you do. Would love to see them. But today we're going to be talking about selling social media use downloads. We're going to talk about why you want to offer low resolution downloads. I'm going to show you how to go in and actually create those. We're going to go through selling any photo as a low resolution download, and then also how you can sell watermarked low resolution downloads as well. Now, a couple of you guys are already talking to us in chat. We've got Lee Mulder, we've got Craigslist, and we've got Kathleen hanging out with us in the chat. So make sure that you guys say hi to us in the chat. Let us know where you're from. We are also going to be announcing the winner of the July photo contest today. And I've also got a sneak peek of an interview I did with the May photo contest winner that you guys are going to enjoy. So we're going to be putting out the full interview of that on our YouTube channel, as well as the rest of the contest winners as I get the interviews done. But I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek at the May photo contest winner, Mandy Fioc's interview that I think you guys will really like. And as always, we're going to be answering your questions live. So if you have questions while you're watching this as we're going through it, make sure that you get those questions in the chat so I can get those answered live for you today. Don't hang around and wait till the last minute. Do hang around, but just don't wait till the last minute to ask those questions. Go ahead and get those in the chat as soon as they come up, and we will get those answered for you. And then if you're watching the recorded version of this, make sure that you're using the link below the video that says questions for next week to get your questions in there for next week. Craigslist says, dude, you look different. Yeah, I do look different. I'm not a fan of it either. Definitely already missing the beard, but it should be back by next week. All right, guys, let's go ahead and just jump into today's topic. Now, if you're here to find out who won the photo contest, promise you I'm going to let you know. It's going to be later on, so make sure that you stick around for that. But let's go ahead and jump into today's topic. And before that, Richard is hanging out with me today in chat, so make sure that you guys show Richard some love. He does an awesome job taking care of you guys there in the chat and moderating, so make sure you guys show Richard some love. Let's go ahead and talk about today's topic. All right. So here we are on my Zenfolio account. And first of all, why would you want to offer low resolution social media use downloads? Well, a lot of people today are just looking for photos they can throw up on their Facebook, or, you know, especially like if you're a school photographer, if you're a race photographer, lots of people are just looking for photos that they can throw up on their Facebook really quick. You know, they'd like to have them printed out as well, but quickly They want something really easy that they can just throw up online and do it really quick. And so what happens is if you don't offer a way for that to be really simple and really cost effective for them to get those low resolution downloads, you end up with people screenshotting your photos, which may or may not be something that you are concerned about, but that is the reason why I suggest offering these low resolution downloads, because you want to give the clients what they want and make it quick and efficient and easy to do that. So you can do this a couple of different ways. One of the easiest ways is if you want to offer low resolution downloads of any photo on your site, you just need to create a digital product for that and then make sure that it's added to your price list. So you got to make sure that you've got that digital product created and added to your price list and it's applied to your gallery. So let me go through and show you how to do that low resolution digital product really quick. So we're going to go to selling, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go down here to digital products, and then what we're going to do is go to add product. And right up here, we're going to give this a title. Now, this title is what's going to show up to your clients during the buying experience. And so you want to make sure that you title this so when they see it, they know exactly what it's for. For low resolution, you could just write low resolution download, or if you want to title it social media use, you could do that as well. So let's just say social media use download. All right. And then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go down here and select a license. Now, Zenfolio has some built-in licenses that you can use, and we have an unlimited online use that says no printing, and you can select that option. Now, the really cool thing about our digital products is that when your clients are buying these digital downloads, we actually show them a copy of this license, and they have to agree to it before they can actually purchase that digital download. They also get a copy of that license in the zip file when we email them their download. So there's that license right here. If you have a license that you would like to use of your own, you can upload it into Zenfolio, and it will actually become an option in this drop down right here. So if you have your own social media use license that you want to use, I'm going to show you in a second where you can upload that license so it becomes an option here. Now, image dimensions. This is something that's really important. If you are uploading large JPEG files, you can go right here to image dimensions for this product, and you can set this to low resolution 1 megapixel. And what that means is that before your clients download that image, Zenfolio's actually going to take that image file and produce that low resolution 1 megapixel image for you to send to the client. Now, what you need to know is you need to know if you're uploading files that are capable of making that 1 megapixel size. Because if you're not uploading files that are capable of making that size, and you're uploading really small preview images, that could become an issue. That could create extra work for you. If you're doing order approval, then you're going to have to swap out your images with larger files. If you're not doing order approval and your images don't meet that 1 megapixel requirement, then your clients are not even going to be able to purchase the low resolution download because the preview image that you uploaded is too small. So how do you know what size your files need to be to meet that 1 megapixel requirement? Well, what you need to do is you need to take the dimensions of your file size and multiply them together and divide them by divide it by 1 million. And so if I just open up my photos page here really quick, and if I just go grab an image, so let me show you right here really quick. If I go over here to this one that says small file, then what we're going to do is click on this image. We'll go to details and click the info icon, and then that will actually give us the dimensions right here. So this current photo is 600 pixels by 900 pixels. And so I want to see if that's going to actually meet that 1 megapixel requirement, and this is how you're going to do that. So if you pop up a calculator here really quick, because I am not a mathematician, but we're just going to take that 600 and multiply it by 900. So we're going to go 600, multiply that by 900, and that's going to give us 540,000 pixels is the size of that image in pixels. So to figure out how many megapixels it is, we need to divide that number by 1 million. And so in this case, that file is actually too small to meet that 1 megapixel requirement. So that's something that you need to know, is how to do that math of what size should my file be so that it makes sure to make that 1 megapixel requirement. So in this case, this image is not going to work for a 1 megapixel image size. So we can't use that here. So just something to keep in mind there. Now, if you don't want to have to do all that, what you could do is you could go here and you could say largest dimension up to, and you could say, okay, I want my largest side, whichever it is, whether it's the width or the height, I want my largest size to be 1,000 pixels. And then whenever your clients buy this photo and they get ready to download it, Zenfolio will process it, and we're going to downsize it so that the longest size of that image is 1,000 pixels. Okay? Now, I'm just going to assume that everything that I upload is going to be large enough to meet that 1 megapixel requirement, because I like to upload fairly large file sizes so I don't have to worry about swapping them out in order approval. So what I'm going to do is just go back to that 1 megapixel size right here and leave it like that. And then what we're going to do is come down here, uncheck this allow customers to leave a note. We're going to leave the category set to downloads. We're going to leave the number of items required set to 1. And then we're just going to scroll all the way down to the bottom and click save. And so now that image file, or that digital product right here, will, anytime it's purchased, whatever photo is purchased by it, it's actually going to take that image and downsize it to meet that 1 megapixel requirement before it's sent out to the client. That's as long as the photos that you upload meet that file size. All right, so now that you have that product created, the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to add that to a price list. So we're going to go up here to selling right here, and we're going to go to price list. And then if you want to sell pretty much any photo that you have on your site with the price list, if you want to sell any one of those photos as a low resolution download, you just need to add that digital product to that price list. So let's say this is my engagements price list. So if I go here, and then what we do is we just click the add products button right here, click up here and change this from all vendors to your studio name. That's where your downloads are going to be. Click on digital downloads, and here's that social media use download right here. And then I'm just going to add the selected product in. By adding it in, it's going to be right here on my price list. Here is social media use download, and then I'm just going to go set the price for this. So if I'm selling a full resolution download for $25, maybe I just want to sell this social media use download for $10, or whatever price you want to put in here. The next thing you want to do is make sure that that's added to your quick shop. And then if you're selling stuff where people are most likely that's what they're looking for, you might want to make sure that that is up at the top of your quick shop. So I'm going to grab that and move that all the way up to the top. And then we can put that other digital download right here. All right. And so now we have that low resolution social media download right on top of our quick shop. It's easy to see and access. We're going to click save. And then what we're going to do is go back to photos. Then we're just going to jump into a gallery here. So I'm going to click on this one, and we're going to go to price list, allow ordering from my price list, and then we can apply that engagements price list on here. Obviously, these are baseball photos. I'm just giving you a quick example of how to set this up. So now if we go preview this really quick, and we just go to the next tab here for the preview. This is, and if you guys were here last week, I kind of showed how to set this up. But this is what the gallery is going to look like if you have it set up the way that I have it set up. You click on a photo. Over here on Quick Shop are going to be all of those options here. So if I scroll through here, all right, so this price list has order approval turned on, which means I have to approve each order. So that is why this social media option is available for purchase on all of these files. Now, if we leave this open, and really quick, if I go back to my price list, I want to show you what happens when I turn that order approval option off. So I'm going to go into engagements, and then I'm going to go to price list settings and turn the order approval option off, which means that I am not going to be approving my orders and they're going to go straight through. So if I do that right here, if I save this, then any file that's not capable of producing that 1 megapixel file requirement is going to no longer be available for purchase at that product size. And in fact, any print or any photo in here that's not capable of producing one of those print sizes will no longer be available for purchase either. So if I scroll over here really quick, you'll see right here, we got to, from the large file, we went next to the small file. If you'll notice, that social media image download disappeared. So if I go back really quick, just watch right here, social media use download. If I click next, it removes it. Now, I know you're probably wondering, why is the full resolution download still showing? That's because that full resolution file, digital file, is set to be just the original photo, which is the file size that I uploaded. There's not actually any size requirements to it. So that's why that option is still showing. So that is how you set that up so that you can offer, any photo that meets that 1 megapixel requirement, you can offer that as a low res digital download here in the gallery. Now, let's go back and talk about what if you want to only offer specific photos as a low resolution download. All right, like maybe you only want this photo to be purchased as a low resolution download, and maybe you want it to be purchased and have your watermark on it. Well, if you actually want your watermark on the purchased image, you're going to need to apply that watermark in Photoshop before you upload it to Zenfolio. And if you look up creating Photoshop actions, there's some really quick ways in Photoshop that you can apply your watermarks and export your files as small files with a button click. Maybe I should do a Zenfolio live on creating Photoshop actions. But this watermark right here, like I said, is actually in the image. This watermark is not a Zenfolio applied watermark. So just to show you the difference, if I click on this photo, and I go to actions and I say add watermark, and we go and we apply the Zenfolio watermark in here, you're going to notice that that has a W next to it. That lets you know that that photo contains the Zenfolio applied watermark, which will get removed before the clients actually get their download. This watermark that we're seeing here is not from the Zenfolio system. This was actually added on the image before I uploaded it. So if they buy this photo, that watermark's not coming off. It's actually part of the image. But let's say that's what I want. Let's say that I want only the small file right here to be purchased as a low resolution download. I don't want it to be available in any other options, but I don't want any of these photos to be able to be purchased at a low resolution. So what I'm going to do is just go back to selling really quick, and we're going to go to digital products. And then what we can do is we can change up this social media download here. We can change this up from requiring a 1 megapixel to just saying original photo. Okay, so that way there's not a megapixel requirement on it. It will just let them download the actual photo. And then if I save this, what I'm going to do is create a special price list for my low resolution downloads. So we're going to go to selling, and we're going to go to price list. And the first thing I'll do is remove that social media use download off of my engagements list. So we're going to get that off of here. We're going to go right here to digital downloads, go here, remove that social media use, get rid of it, and then we're going to save that. And then what we're going to do is just add a blank price list, and we're going to call this social media downloads only. Okay, so now we have social media downloads only, add products. We're going to go to our downloads, grab that social media use download, and then we're going to add that in here, add selected products in here. We're going to put the pricing here. I'm just going to add $10 here, And then for the quick shop, we don't really have to adjust it because there's only one product in here. And then for this, we're going to go ahead and turn off that order approval process because we want this to go through instantly. So I'm just going to say approve all the digital downloads immediately. We're going to hit save. And then next what we're going to do is go down here and click save again right here. Okay, so just to kind of go back over what I just did, we changed that low resolution digital product to let them download the actual photo that was uploaded. And then we removed it from our normal price list and we created a special price list for just social media use download images. And so now we're going to make this whole thing work together. So we're going to go to photos. We're going to go to that gallery. And just so that it doesn't get confusing, let me delete this photo so that that large file is not in there. And then what we're going to do is, even though this gallery has a price list applied to it, it has the engagements one, we can actually click on the small file here and we can go to price list and we can adjust the photo only pricing. We're going to switch this over to that social media downloads and then click save. And now another thing I'm going to do really quick too is I'm just going to change this to social media download. I'm just going to title it that way so it's kind of obvious when we get in the gallery. Okay, so now that we've got this set up, our next step is going to be just to check it out and see how a client would see it. So what I'm going to do is let's actually open this up like a client would actually see it. So we're going to go to access, we're going to go to sharing, we're going to copy the gallery link right here. And then after that, you're going to open up an incognito window. And then you're just going to paste in that URL. So I'm pasting in that URL right here. And so now inside of this gallery, we're seeing it just like a client would see it. We're going to click on here. And you're going to notice over here are lots of product options. Here's that proof, that Zenfolio generated watermark. And that does come off if they buy a download or a print. But when we go to the next image, the shopping changes. And the only option is that social media use download option here. And so this way, if you want to offer watermarked versions of your photos that are only available in social media use or only available in specific products, that's how you do it right here. And so now when they buy this photo, it would have that logo or watermark or whatever it is actually on the digital download, so that if they're sharing it to social media, you're going to be getting, you know, how whatever the deal is, you're going to be getting the advertisement out of it. Or maybe it's the organization that you did the shoot for. Maybe they want their logos on the images. It's going to be there whenever they get that download. And just to show you really quick, if I put this in my cart, so if I click add to cart and then we go view cart and we go to checkout, I'm going to show you where that license agreement is. So we're going to click proceed to checkout. I'm going to do the checkout as a guest option right down here. We're going to check out as a guest. And then here is that license agreement. So this is the unlimited online use license agreement right here. They're supposed to read through it. I know they probably don't, but they do have to agree to it before they can continue with this process. If they decline it, it's just going to take them back in a loop. And so that is how that works, guys. That's how you can sell those low resolution downloads, whether you want to sell all of your photos and just set up a digital product that way, or if you want to sell specific photos and you need to have them watermarked, that is how you do it. So hopefully that was helpful. Let me go back, say hi to some of you guys in chat. I'm sure you guys have lots of questions, and I'll get to those in just a second. But let me say hi here to some of you guys in chat. We've got Kelly Cummings, Kathleen, and Annie Easley. Let's see, Lee, and there we go. So quite a few of you guys there in chat. Let me see if I've got any questions here from you guys to answer. So Lee says, at what point does the watermark disappear? Hopefully I answered that question, but just to go back in case I didn't answer it fully. If you add the watermark through Zenfolio, which this one I did because it has the little W here, that watermark disappears when they purchase the photo. So any downloads that they purchase will not include the watermark. Any prints that they purchase will not include the watermark. That's only if the watermark has been applied by using Zenfolio's built-in watermarks feature. If you added the watermark to the actual image, or if you want the watermark to stay on the image when the client gets it, you need to add the watermark to the actual image, like in Photoshop or something like that. So make sure that if you want that watermark on there, then you need to actually have it applied to the image either through Photoshop or whatever, so it's actually a part of the image when you upload it. All right, hopefully, Lee, that answers your question. If I need to clarify that a little bit more, make sure to let me know in chat, but that's a great question. Lots of people ask about that watermark and when it comes off of there. All right. And just to let you know as well, whenever you upload photos to Zenfolio, Lee, we actually take the original image that you upload and we store it unaltered. The watermarks that Zenfolio applies to your photos are only applied to the web resolution images that we create for you from your uploaded image. And so your original image never gets the Zenfolio watermark applied to it. It's just your generated images that we apply. Those are the images that are shown on your site. And then whenever an order is processed, that order is processed using the original unwatermarked image. Unless, of course, you added the watermark to the photo before you uploaded it. Then it's a whole different story. Okay, let's see. So, and he says, is it still set up where the digital file is emailed? When are y'all going to move to having it texted? Thanks. So the actual image file is not emailed immediately. We actually email them an order confirmation, and then after that they can go to a link in there and they click on it, and that takes them to a download page where they can actually download the digital products purchased. As far as when are we going to offer that image to be texted, that's a great question. Good feedback, definitely a great suggestion that I'll pass on to developers. I haven't heard anything in the lines of that, but it's definitely great feedback for sure. So thank you, Annie, for that. I'll definitely pass that feedback along. All right, let's see. Hey, if you're watching the recorded version of this, I would love to have you come hang out with me on a live stream, but I know it's really hard sometimes to stop what you're doing on a Thursday and jump on YouTube, which is why I really appreciate those of you guys who do. Craigslist, Kelly, Kathleen, Annie, Lee, all of you guys that are hanging out, not Tim's. All of you guys who are hanging out today, I really appreciate you guys. But I also really appreciate the guys, you all who watch the recorded version of this. As well. And so if you have a question that you'd like for me to answer the following week, there's a link in the description below the video that says questions for next week. Click that link and you can actually submit a question for me to answer the following week. And I'm actually going to get to some of those questions right now. And those of you guys who are watching live right now, if you have more questions, keep pounding that chat out. Keep putting them in the chat. Just hammer your questions in that chat and I will do my best to get those answered for you guys today as well. And like I said, coming up pretty soon, we're going to be talking about who won this month's photo contest. And we're going to be I'm also going to be showing you a sneak peek from the May photo contest winners interview that I did. So some really cool stuff coming up, guys. So make sure that you hang out with us. You don't want to miss that, especially if you are waiting to find out if you won the contest or not. So make sure that you hang out with us. All right, a couple of email questions here to answer. What is the best way to set up my Zenfolio account for selling stock images? So probably the best way to do that is to first set up your digital products and make sure that you are applying the appropriate licenses. So Zenfolio does have digital product licenses in there you can use, and we actually do have one that's specific for commercial use. But if you have a license that you would prefer to use for your images, you can actually upload it. So what you would want to do first is go into selling and then go into digital products and then create whatever digital products you need. Maybe you need one for specific uses, like this is for video use. This digital product is for magazine use. This digital product is for blog post use. So if you're going to charge differently for different uses, in this case, what you'll need to do is you'll need to create a digital product per use that you want to charge differently for. And then you might also want to make sure that you have a license for each one of those uses as well. Now, I said Zenfolio does have a royalty-free commercial use license. You can preview that license if you go to licenses and then you go here There is one right here, royalty-free commercial use. You can click in here and you can read what that license says. So it tells you all of that information in here if you want to see what that license says. The other thing you can do is upload your own license, which if you're doing stock photography, you probably want to have some of your own licenses uploaded here. So just to show you really quick, let's go in here and let's say that I have one of those magic mice mouse, however you say it, that sometimes is not so magic. But let's go in here really quick and I'll show you how to create your own license. So we're on licenses. We're going to scroll down here. We're going to click add license. And let's say that this is commercial blog use. All right, so that's the name of the license. And then basically you would just write your license in here or copy and paste the license text. That's the description. That's what you see. And then the license text is actually what your clients would see and agree to. So once you have that license set up, you can save it. And then if you need to, duplicate it for different uses and most of the verbiage is the same, you can duplicate it and then just modify as you need. But any license that you add in here will become available in the digital products menu where you're creating that product. So now if we go into here and we say list of products, we're going to go add product and we'll say digital download blog commercial use, or whatever you want to say in here. And then you're going to go select the license and you click this little menu and here is my commercial blog use license, image dimensions, all of that stuff, set all that up and save it. And then basically what you would want to do is you'd want to build a price list for that. So if you go to selling, you go to price list, add a blank price list, and then you can go up here and say stock. I was thinking of Stock the Cold Brew Coffee. Let me know if you guys have heard of that. It's really, really good. But what we're going to do is go in here and we're going to say stock photo pricing. And then I'm just setting up digital downloads, but if you wanted to add prints and things like that, you could. But we're going to go add products. We're going to go, if you don't see your downloads, click up here where it says all vendors or says a vendor. Click up here, go to your name, and then downloads, and your digital products will be in here. And so let's see. There is my blog commercial use. Let's do the social media use here, and we'll add those in really quick. And I'm pushing an add selected products button right here. Okay. So now we have those in here, and then you would go in here and price these. So this is commercial use for blog. So, whatever you set your pricing to be, whether it's $100, $50, whatever, that's up to you. I'm just going to put 50 in here. Guys, these are not suggested prices. I'm just throwing numbers out here so we have something as an example. And then what we're going to do is go here, and for the social media use, let's just say it's $10. All right. And so now we have those set up. Let me just go in here. And let's get this over to the quick shop. I prefer the quick shop for if you're selling stock photography, you're probably going to want to use the quick shop as well. It's just really easy. I like it a lot. And then I'm also going to go into price list settings and turn off that order approval because I don't want to have to approve all these. I'm going to do it for digitals only because this price list is only going to include digital products. And then we'll click save. Okay. So now we have this stock photo pricing set up right here. Okay, so we have this price list set up. Let me scroll down to the bottom and click save. And the next thing that you're going to want to do after you have that set up is you're going to want to create an area in your account for your stock photos, okay? Because depending on what you're doing, you might have, photos that you don't want to be sold as stock photos. You might have photos that you don't want to be searchable. So especially if you're doing client galleries versus stuff that you want people to be able to find on your site or find through searching, it's really important to have separate areas set up in your account. And so what I would suggest doing is I would go to all photographs. I would click here, create a new group, and I would call this stock photos. And I would do this before you upload anything. So create a stock photos section right here. And then you're going to go to that group and you're going to go up here to price list. allow ordering from your price list, apply your stock photo pricing, and then make sure that you save that. Now, the next thing that you want to do is you probably want to set up some settings here. So we're going to go back to access, and we want this to be public. These are stock photos. We want everybody to be able to find these. We want it to be really easy. The next thing you're going to do is go down to search, and you want this to probably be publicly searchable. You probably want people to really easily find this information in here. So you want to make sure that you click on that and you have that to be publicly searchable. Display options. Some of the stuff here you might not want showing. I usually don't like having my XF data showing. Some of this other stuff I just go ahead and turn off too. I might leave this, if it's for stock photos, I might leave it in the recently added section of my homepage. I don't show it, but it might be okay just to leave that there. All right, downloading. You want downloading turned off, okay? This downloading is for free original file downloading only. And I do not recommend using this for any kind of offering any kind of downloading at all. Even if you want your clients to be able to download for free, I don't recommend using this at all. So turn this off and sell your downloads. This is free. Okay? And then what we're going to do is go here and click save. So now we have that area set up. The next thing that you probably want to do is go into access. I'm sorry, not access. Go to details and add a caption. Maybe think about calling this something else besides stock photo, because we're kind of getting into SEO here. But then anything that you upload into that group gets that price list on there. You want to make sure that you're categorizing and keywording those photos. And then the last thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you have that showing on your site. So if you go into customized website, and I'm trying, guys, I want to make sure that I give this question a really good answer. I know you guys have some questions in the chat. I promise that I'm not ignoring you. I'm going to come back and answer some questions in the chat. But I open that up in a new tab. And so probably what you want to do is maybe add a new site menu, say stock photos, hit enter, and then just go ahead and link it to that group. All right, so just go ahead and link it to that group. And then the other thing you could do as well is you can have your search showing as well. So let me just grab this and drag it up here. All right. And then what you can do is you can go in there and you can make sure that your search bar is showing too. So you can show your search bar a couple of different places. This is the thing that if you guys watch the site reviews, I always talk about hiding that. But for this, maybe you want to have the search bar showing. So you can go in and you can set that to show on your header if you want, or you can show it on your footer. And you just go to site header, go to elements, search field show, and have it expanded. And then that's going to show that search bar right here. And there's that search bar. So if you're selling stock photos, you might want that search bar on your header. Just know that that search bar is going to show anywhere on your website that is showing the header, not just for this. But that search bar can only search through the galleries and groups that you said to be allowed searchable. So that's why it's important to have a group set aside for that. And then maybe you don't want your client gallery showing up in those search results. So go to your clients group, go to access, and then go to search and make sure that they are not included in any search results. So your client galleries are not showing up in your stock photography searches that people are making. All right. Hopefully that gave you a really good place to start. Maybe as a good topic for a Zenfolio Live in the future. Definitely a great question. And hopefully that gave you some ideas to kind of play around with. Let me go check on you guys here in chat really quick. All right. So let's see, Lee, I'm going to try to say your name right. If I get it wrong, please definitely feel free to make fun of me in the chat. Leandro Norehow says, do you get the thumbnails to show on a private gallery? There is no way to show anything for a private gallery. Okay, so for the thumbnails to show on a private gallery, I think I know what you're talking about. Let me go in here and kind of show you that really quick. Okay, so for thumbnails on a private gallery, so let's go into this group right here. Okay, so we're going to go into this baseball group, and if I have this gallery right here, if I have that gallery, if I go to access, if I set it to private, private means that that gallery is only going to show up to me, the photographer, when I'm logged into my Zenfolio account. There is nothing that I can do to make that gallery show its thumbnail to anybody outside of my Zenfolio account, as long as that gallery is set to private. Okay, so private will never show anything to anybody outside of your Zenfolio account. They actually have to be logged in on the back end. Okay, but if you have it locked with a password, you do have an option to show or to not show that, that gallery thumbnail. And so let me show you that really quick. So if I lock this with a password, and I'm just going to do test right here as the password. And then what we're going to do first is we're just going to leave this don't apply unchecked. And if you'll notice, I'm clicking on advanced settings here. I'm going to say Lee because I don't want to have to struggle through your first name several different times. So I'm going to say Lee. Hopefully you're cool with that. But you click the advanced settings and there's a little option down here that says don't apply protection to the cover thumbnail. And that can be turned on and off. But let me go ahead and just save this. And so now you can see how it changed these to be password protected. All right. And so if we go into this really quick, and if I go to access and I go to sharing and I copy this URL, and not that URL, let me go back. If I go to baseball, so I'm going to go to the group, we're going to go to access, sharing, copy that URL, and then what we're going to do is go to a new incognito window because we want to see this like a visitor, and paste that in. So if you'll notice, Lee, it's showing me stars here. So this gallery is password protected. That password protection gets applied to all of the photos that are in there if that little toggle is turned off, right? So that little toggle is turned off, which means that I cannot see the cover photo for that gallery. But if we go back into the gallery right here, and if I go up here to access, and we click advanced settings, we can now click this don't apply the protection to the cover thumbnail, always display it to visitors. If we click that and we save it right here, now if I bring this gallery or this window back over, again, this is that incognito window. If I bring this over and I just do a quick refresh, so I'm hitting the refresh button right here. If I refresh that, now, even though the gallery is still password protected, now the thumbnail image is showing. Now, if I'm a visitor and I click on this, I still have to enter that password, but I can at least see the thumbnail image instead of seeing a bunch of stars. And so if you're linking to a client's group where you have lots of different client galleries, some of them are password protected, some of them are not, and you don't really want people showing up and seeing galleries with stars, you can uncheck that option to not apply the password protection to the cover thumbnail, and then the cover thumbnails will show, but the password would still be required if somebody were to click on it and try to get into that gallery. Hopefully that answers your question and kind of gives you an idea of what you need to do. So again, that's going to the gallery right here, and then going to access, and then underneath the privacy settings, you're going to go down, click on advanced options, and then you can either check or uncheck that option right here, and then that will change that on the visitor side. Hopefully that answers that. All right, let's see. Let's see. So let me make sure that I got questions here answered. If I missed any questions, guys, let me know in chat. We got about 17 minutes left. About 3 minutes till I'm gonna go back and show you guys that that sneak peek interview at about 3 minutes till, and then after that we're gonna be announcing the winner of the July photo contest. So that's coming up shortly. Let's see. Let me make sure that I am okay. So Evans, man, You guys have some awesome names. Evans I can't say it. I can't make my mouth do the K sound. So Evans Kowalski. Is it Kowalski? Did I get it right, Evans? Hopefully I got it right. I'm trying really hard. Says, can you explain for clients how to select favorites and communicate the list with me? I've never done this before. Then I want to sell them a photo book. What is the best way to do that? So, Evans, if you will go on our YouTube channel, or if I can get Richard to throw this link out in the chat for Evans, we actually have a client tutorial on our YouTube channel that shows them how to select favorites, how to share them back with you, and go through that whole process. But just to show you really quick, I don't know if I can do it. Let's see. Let me go and preview this here really quick. And then I don't know if these have favorites. Okay, they do. So if I go here and I add this, I go up here to my selection. So just to show you really quick, Evans, your clients, whenever they're in their account and they create a favorite set, all of those favorites go up here into a selection. And then in order for them to share that list back with you, they need to click up here. They're going to go right in here, and then there's a share favorites button up at the top. And so if I go to share favorites, they can share that back with you. They can even put a note in here. Or if you have this option turned on, they can actually share this with a friend. And actually, if you go back a couple of months, if you go to the live stream archive, I talked about proofing for senior photographers. If you look up that Zenfolio Live, it shouldn't be too long ago. It's proofing for senior photographers. If you'll go to our YouTube channel and look for that, that also shows that whole process in detail. So that is how you can get them to share that information back. And you know, if you have a problem getting clients to do this, there's a free software that you can get. It's actually a Chrome extension. It's called Loom. Look up, it's Loom. Just look up Use Loom. If you add that to your browser, you can actually do really quick screen recordings with audio, and you can just quickly record like, hey, this is how you share your favorite set back with me. And then they'll actually take that recording and give you a link that you can email out to your clients. I use this all the time. If you guys have ever communicated with me outside of Zenfolio Live, chances are I've probably sent you a Loom video, because I can talk a lot faster than I can type. And it's just nice to have that visual thing there. So definitely check that out. It looks like Richard just threw that link out in the chat as well. So it's a really, really helpful resource there. So hopefully that gives you an answer to your question, Evans. If not, you can definitely reach out to our support team. You can just go to zenfolio.com/contact and get in touch with our support team. Guys, if you have not chatted with our support team ever, and you see that chat button right here, I challenge you guys to hit that chat button. We have such a phenomenal group of customer support agents. They are all photographers as well. They're actually all in North Carolina. So anytime you hit that chat button, you're going to be talking to a photographer who uses Zenfolio and is located in North Carolina, and they love you guys. And so if nothing else, if you've chatted with them before, hit that button and just let them know how much you appreciate them. Give them a chat reward. Give them a meal out or a coffee or something like that. They really love helping you guys, and definitely you want to make sure that you support them and show them how much you appreciate them as well. Okay, let me grab another email question really quick here, or a chat question. Not Tam says, Robert, can we not offer in-client gallery, for example, special 10% discounts if prints are purchased by a set time? Absolutely, you can. Great question, Not Tam. So you can go in and create coupons and put that information right in your gallery. Let me show you really quick how to do that. So let's just say for my Dodgers gallery here, which I'm going to go up here really quick and just turn that back to public, because I get tired of having to enter the password. But let's say for this Dodgers gallery, I think I'm saying that right, Not Tam's. Say for this Dodgers gallery, we want to give our clients a 10% discount, but only if they order within the first 5 days that the gallery has been available to them. So the first step in this process is to go and create a coupon. So you're going to go up to selling, and you're going to go to coupons and campaigns right here. And then what you're going to do is click add new coupon, and you're going to give it, whatever name you want. Now, I would create a limited time use coupon that's going to be available for use over and over again, except for when it hits that expiration date. So we're going to go an individual coupon, and I'm going to call this not Tam's example. This name up here is not that important. You're not really going to send this out to your clients. This is just so when you're looking back on your order reports, you know why I created this coupon to begin with. Because you see an order and you're like, why is that order cheaper? And then you can see, oh, this coupon was applied, and you know what it was there. Now, the coupon code, this is what you are going to give your clients to actually get that discount. So you can go here and we'll just say Dodgers 10 as the coupon code. Now I'm going to go ahead and copy that because I'll forget how I wrote it. We're going to go down here to coupon value, set up your currency, and then choose the discount that you want to offer. I'm going to say discount products. We're going to do a percent. And then what we're going to do is 10% right here. I don't discount shipping, especially if you're offering your prints through our integrated vendors, because they are the ones who are actually doing the shipping, and that shipping fee goes to them. And if you discount it, guess what? That discount difference comes out of your order revenue. I don't like doing that, so I don't discount shipping. Next, we're going to go down to applicability. And this is where this coupon can be used. So if you want them to use it for any of these product types, you can. Or you can say, you know what, this is only good for prints. Or maybe you want to only do 10% off digital downloads. You can do that. All right, I'm going to leave it for all, but you can set this to only work for specific galleries. So we're going to say this coupon will only work in my sports, baseball, Dodgers gallery. They can't use it anywhere else. Now, here's how you make the magic work. The number of uses, we're going to leave that set to no limit, but we are going to set an expiration date. So I said 5 days. 5 days. There we go. So we're going to go to expiration date, and we're going to click in here, and we're going to pick that. So let's just say that we're actually going to send this gallery out to them on Monday, and we want to give them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. So let's make the coupon expire on Sunday. And then if you want to apply an order minimum, which means they have to meet a minimum purchase, you can do that as well. I'm going to click save. And now that coupon has been created, you can either email that out to your clients, or if you want to get that to your clients in their actual gallery, you can go to Photos, go to that gallery, jump over to Details, go to the caption. Guys, the caption is so useful. It is such an underutilized feature in Zenfolio, but the caption is really, really useful. So make sure that you're checking it out. It helps with SEO, but it also lets you deliver messages to your clients. And so we can go right here and we can say, if you order before, I don't know what that date was, so I'm going to say August 12th, use coupon code, and then I'm pasting in the coupon code because I would not have remembered how I wrote it, at checkout for 10% off your order. However you want to write it, I'm sure you can probably come up with a fancier way to write it. You also can come in here and do some sizing. You can change this up a little bit. Let's go medium. And then we're going to hit save, okay? So now we've got that written in there. The next thing is just to make sure that your caption is showing to your clients. So if we go open this up in a new tab, we need to get this loaded up into edit view. So right now you can see we're in the gallery. I can't see that coupon code anywhere. So I'm going to go to edit page right here. We're going to go to options, uncheck use default, go to page elements, set your caption to show. You can change the alignment of the caption if you want, and then click that save button or apply button. And now all of a sudden in the gallery, you have this here showing. Now the theme that I'm using is apparently terrible. Let me change the theme really quick. Maybe that will show a little bit better. There we go. So now it's actually in this section right here. All right. And then if you want that to be the default for all of your galleries, if you want your captions to always show, you can hit save as default, and then you can apply that. Now, that's not going to put that same caption in all of your galleries. It's just going to set the caption field to show. Each gallery can have its own custom caption. And then after you save that as default, you're just going to click the publish button up here to make that go live. Great question though. hopefully that answered that question, gave you a lot to think about and some good ideas of how you can do that. If I need to go a little bit deeper, I don't know if I'll have time, but just let me know in the chat. But hopefully that answered that question. All right, let's see. Let me try to grab another one here. Let's see. Shooting star photography. How does a customer place an order for multiple image downloads using an iPhone? If you try to order 5 digitals on my phone, iPhone 8, it just shows placeholders, not the images my customers want to buy. Not familiar with ordering on an iPhone. It should work. It should work. I'll have to play around with it to see exactly. So maybe, hey, Shooting Stars, if you'll shoot an email to me, go to zenfolio.com/contact, put attention Robert in that subject line, and just re-ask that question again. I'll take a look at it on my phone. I'm not 100% sure how it works. I actually just updated my phone anyway, so it's going to be totally different. I'll take a look at it on my phone. I'll send you back a video and let you know how that's looking, how it's working. So I'm not 100% sure on that. I've actually never tested that out. But great question. Shoot me that email, and I will get back to you on that question. Good question. All right, let's see. I have another question here. It says, hi, can you have a different theme for a group other than the site theme? Yes, absolutely you can. So you can actually customize the theme of each one of your galleries if you want to. I don't recommend doing that. That could really cause a lot of confusion, but it's definitely possible. But if you want to have a different color theme on your group that's different from let's say what you have on the homepage, all you do is you can do exactly what I just did. So if I go to baseball here, and let me go to website, customize, actually not website, let me go to preview really quick here. All right, and let me go to edit and edit page. And let me just go back to theme, and we're just going to say use default, which just is using default. So that is using the same as the home page. As you can see, it says right there. But what if I want this group to have a different color? Well, all you have to do is click themes, uncheck use default, and then you can go here and we can say, I want this theme to this group page to be black. And now if I publish it the way it is, it's just going to be for this individual group. If I save this as default, that now becomes the default setting for all of my groups. So you've got some freedom to play around and give your site some customization depending on what you're looking for and what you need. But hopefully that answers your question on how to do that. All right. Okay, let me jump back to the dashboard. Great questions today, though, guys. Great questions today. Okay. So we have like 4 minutes left. Let's go ahead and let me see. Let me make sure I caught all the questions in chat. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody's questions. Let me check here really quick. I think I'm good. Let's see. Oh, let's see. Kelly, I think I missed. Kelly Cummings said, can't seem to figure out how to get a cover photo for a folder. I can get it for a gallery. Okay. Kelly, so to show you that, you have to manually assign cover photos to groups. So it doesn't matter where the photo's at. Let's say for this group right here, I want this image to be the cover photo for it. Just go to the image that you want to use. It can be located anywhere in your account as long as the image is public. Click this little drop down, go to select as cover thumbnail, and then go to that group, and that will assign that to be the cover thumbnail for that group. So just to clarify, group thumbnails are not automatically created. You have to go in there and manually apply photos for group cover thumbnails. They don't create automatic cover thumbnails like the galleries do. Hopefully that helps you out with that question. All right, guys, it's time to jump into that sneak peek for that interview and then get into announcing the winner of the photo contest. So really quick, if you guys remember the May photo contest winner, her name was Mandy Fioc. She had an amazing dance photo, and I got to sit down with her and do a short interview. And here is a sneak peek of that interview, and then we'll be right back to show you the contest winner. So here we go.
You know what? Actually, okay, I'm going to be honest. I hate contests. Like, they scare me. What I learned is if I step out of my comfort zone, if we push and do stuff that makes us uncomfortable, like it's a ripple effect. Like who we are, what we do, how we view life is gonna spur everybody else on. There's another local photographer, and she actually submitted a photo for the June, for the light one, and it was because I did it. So even if I had not won and I still did it and it caused her to do it, like it was worth it.
All right, guys, like I always say every week, make sure that you are being positive for people. Make sure that you're being a voice of encouragement. Go out and do your best to inspire and encourage people to be creative, to be better, and just be a force of positivity in this world. That's what I want to leave you guys with. Thank you so much for everybody who hung out with me today. I really appreciate all of your amazing questions. And if you're here to see who the winner is for the July photo contest, that's coming up in just a second. But again, thank you guys so much to everybody who hung out with me today. Shooting Stars, TM, Kathleen, Craigslist. Let's see who else we got here. I don't want to miss anybody. Leandro, let's see, Notams, Evans, I can't say the last name, Kelly, Kathleen, anybody that I missed, thank you guys so much for hanging out. Don't forget, Site Review Tuesdays, every single Tuesday, same time as Zenfolio Live, which is 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Until next week, I hope you guys all have a safe and wonderful weekend. And here is July's photo contest winner. Hey, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure that you click that subscribe button. And if you're watching the recorded version of this and you'd like to learn more about Zenfolio, I recommend watching some of the videos that you should see popping up on your screen.